I am back. Just another update. Today's May 29th, 2023. Um, I actually ran 5 times last week, 3.5 miles each. Oh no, 3.5 miles for 4 of those times. And then Saturday, I ran 5 miles, but broken up. I had run like 4 miles, and then a couple hours later I ran 1 more mile. And then Sunday I ran 4 miles. And yesterday, Monday, I ran 4 miles and I picked it up a little bit. So I averaged just under 7.5 minutes per mile. But I did take 2 breaks, roughly a minute, maybe a little bit less. So I feel like things are looking up. There were a few days where my ankle did not feel great at all. It was kind of burning. And I was worried because it was just like, it felt like it was completely on fire. But the last couple of days it felt okay. And my knee, there were a couple of days where my left knee, this one, didn't feel great. So I don't know. It felt like it was kind of like maybe rubbing the wrong way, and it was kind of achy. And then I saw my chiropractor, and he had me do some exercises, and he did some stuff. And that afternoon, when I went for a run, it felt much better. So yeah, I mean, he worked his magic and it was great. So really happy about that. I've also stopped intermittent fasting. So I started intermittent fasting about mid-August, and like only a week or two later, I had a stress fracture in my femur. And I don't know if that was a total coincidence or not, but there's a man I follow on YouTube, Thomas DeLauer, and he's like super jacked and really into his science, and I really enjoy watching him. And he has said quite a few times that you should cycle intermittent fasting. He's a proponent, but he thinks it should never be easy. And it did get pretty easy for me, or very doable, to wait 16 hours, whereas in the beginning it was really, really hard. And so, I mean, who wants to keep doing the hard stuff, right? So I was kind of like I felt happy that it got very like doable and not hard at all, but I guess it's missing the point. But as it is, I'm not sure that what's good for athletic performance is good like for longevity. I think they're different goals. So maybe, intermittent fasting is good for longevity, but it's not good for athletic performance. So I don't know. It's hard to choose between like racing well and living long, like who wants to choose one or the other? Like I would want to have both, right? Or who knows, maybe if you do it, then, you're the fastest one at age 90. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm willing to wait like decades to reap the benefits. And I don't know. I'm just feeling like I'm facing this kind of identity crisis because, I don't really identify myself as a physical athlete. It's more of a mental athlete. And I also identify myself as like a comeback kid because I've had a bunch of injuries, since I started running a long time ago, and I've always come back. And this one, it's like my last good running year was like 2020, and it feels like a million years ago. And so I'm starting, that part of my identity of coming back I feel like it's being jeopardized. And I just, I, I can't seem to be, manage that. I can't, it's hard for me to accept, and I don't think I want to accept it. I want to be able to come back. It's just that it's proving so much harder than any other time, and longer too. Like it's never taken this long. So, and I'm doing all the things. I'm getting the surgeries. I got 2 on my left ankle and 1 on my right one. The right one feels great. The left one still, after over 6.5 years, it still feels not so great. So very frustrated with that. But I haven't lost hope. I feel like it's possible to get back to 100%. I just have to like keep working at it and be patient and just do all the stuff. Lately, I've been really obsessed with like nature documentaries. And it's so inspiring because, we actually share like lineage with like all the everything on this planet, you know. At some point, if you go back far enough, we all came from the same like primordial soup, you know. And when I see like what other animals do, it's just mind-blowing and inspiring. You know, when I watch like octopuses or octopi, like, you know, they just in an instant they like camouflage into whatever, you know, if they're like rolling over the seafloor, and then they're just like changing and like fitting into the environment like within seconds. It's just amazing. And just like, you know, birds that develop just the right anatomy for flying, and the feathers growing just so in line, just so, and like if it were any different it would compromise like the um, quality of their flying, you know. And watching like dragonflies like transform from these like these badass larvae underwater, and then crawl up a reed, and then like shed their exoskeleton and then fly off like it ain't no thing, you know. They just do it without anyone teaching them. It's just like freaking crazy, you know. um and they just do it. There's no manual. They just do it out of pure instinct. And I feel like maybe I just need to trust my body and let it do its thing. It like knows how to heal. It's just that I feel like maybe I'm getting in my own way, you know. And maybe I'm trying to force something or something. So I'm just trying to like trust my body more and know that it knows how to heal. I just need to let it, you know? So yeah, anyway, I've stopped intermittent fasting and it feels good. Like I needed that break. I might go back, I'm not sure, but right now I'm just enjoying not fasting. And yeah, like I ran quite a bit in the last week, and my hips right now they feel fine. I do have an MRI tomorrow morning on both hips, um, because sometimes I do feel something on my right hip, and I just want to make sure everything looks okay. So that's tomorrow morning, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing and hopefully stay healthy. Or I shouldn't say stay healthy. Just hopefully I can continue to run and prioritize my health. Um, I need to stop myself if things don't feel like I might be setting myself back, because I'm not really good at that. I'm good at like pushing hard, but I'm not good at pulling back. So I need to like just have that discipline go both ways. Right now I have kind of a unidirectional discipline, but it goes both ways. So I need to work on the other direction of pulling back. So that's the update. I hope you're well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.